দুই কালার দুইটা খানে চেয়ার একটা চেয়ার গেল কই
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello and welcome back to Business Today, viewers. Viewers, today we will be talking about something which is very important. It's related to business as usual. That's what Business Today is all about. We have a special guest today, and our guest is very known within the family of NTV, and he's been involved with many aspects of filmmaking, advertising making, and the whole aspect of marketing. Without further ado, I'll introduce my guest today, Mr. Makbul Chaudhry. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you for inviting me. Okay.
First of all, I'd like you to, although many of our viewers know you, but could you please introduce yourself and tell us a bit of your background?
I am actually a filmmaker. I consider myself, and I have been working in this independent filmmaking movement over 20 to 25 years, from Dhaka and to England as well. I studied journalism from Dhaka University, so that is a background. In terms of mass communication is a subject. But for the last 4 years in England, I have somehow become involved in making advertisement for companies, UK companies, local companies. And I mean, although I wanted to go back and do some my own work, but for one reason or another, I mean, always I'm very busy, and there are clients coming back to me one after another. So, and I enjoy this job, I have to say. Each time I create something which is interesting, which is on television, people talk about it, and that's an interesting thing.
I do understand, I very much enjoy the work you do as well.
Thank you.
And it's a very high standard.
Thank
now, viewers, one thing I will remind you, the topic today is mainly about TV advertisement and what goes behind it and why it could benefit many businesses, whether you're local or national. So we're going to continue talking about that. The main subject is TV advertising. So if we can stick around to the subject of TV advertising, because I know you work with many businesses.
Thank you.
Creating all sorts of beautiful advertisement for them. Now, may I first ask you, could you please tell our viewers what is your overall experience making the TV advertisement for UK businesses?
The overall experience is actually TV advertisement does work. I mean, although very recently I'm talking about there are some trends in terms of social media coming, but still I have to say within our community in particular, if we say there is an influence of television. People do influenced by the television advertisement or its programming, and there is an impact of that advertising on people's buying choice and decision making. Actually, advertisement is overall is about influencing the audience to do something, to act on a certain matter. For example, to buy a product or go to a shop or visit a shop, something like that. And it is working. I mean, there has to be, I mean, it's not necessarily that people just understand that they need to advertise. I mean, there has to be some business salesmanship, some marketing from the television company as well to the businesses to encourage them to come to advertise their business. But one thing that I found quite interesting is that those businesses, fresh businesses, they have never advertised on television at all. When they first come in, they would come in for 3 months. They would say, sorry, I'm only going for 3 months. And then they last for a year or more than a year. And I have got some customers, I mean, who are on television advertisement for more than 3 years. And they have changed. I have advised them that you need to now change your advertisement content, and they're happy to do so. I mean, I don't want to name any company, but I know, I mean, their product has been on the market. At the beginning, when I approached them or I went to have a meeting with them, so I asked them that what is your primary goal of advertising or coming to the advertisement, and they said, look, we have this supari, for example. This is a supari that I bought from Vietnam, but I'm feeling I'm a bit stuck with that supari because I've got a lot of stock and I wanted to sell them. So that is the idea where we started. Now about 3 or 4 years now, I mean, he is not saying that I want to stop advertisement, it's too expensive for me or it's not working. Rather, I mean, I went to visit his godown and the offices combined together, and I saw the supari is from, I mean, is reaching the sky. I mean, it's stuck there. So I'm sure it is working. So I would say, despite whatever is being said, whatever is being talked about in the community, advertisement works. Television advertisement works.
Yeah. One of my second question is TV advertisement works, but if this works, how and why?
Actually, if we, I mean, in terms of advertisement, because on a television, it's a very precious moment. Of course, it's the air time, and people are watching a program, and in between this advertisement coming, and it's this advertisement coming not once, it is coming probably 3 or 4 times in a day, or 6 times a day, or many times a day. So one, it's a reminder. One is a reminder. Now, an audience would see a certain product. It is coming, the message is coming to them again and again and again. Now, we know, as a matter of fact, if somebody comes to you and asks for £5 note once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, at one point you would say, okay, here you go. So there is a fast response is, let's try. Okay. And secondly, the marketing idea. The most important element of marketing, as it is a very old method, but it still is a fresh concept, that before people buy, an individual, in terms of buying is a decision-making process. It's a psychological process which goes into buyer's mind, in terms of they will see something and they will think, do I need it, and why do I need it, why I need this subject. You know, there's a psychological process. It goes into people's mind, and then people decide, okay, I'm going to buy this product. And that is how it is happening. Now, big companies, big brands, they tap into this people's psychological process, and they use that psychological trait or feature in order or towards the direction of their own product. So, from an ancient point of view, I mean, you can remember in villages everywhere in the past, nowadays it's not happening, that a lot of people will come to the market area. I mean, even if you go to Morocco now, you know, in Jamalfina, you will see a lot of people are selling things, and they sing song, they gather people, they show things. So television is kind of a modern marketplace. Everybody, all the buyers, all the sellers are coming to the television screen for 30 minutes or 40 seconds or 1 minute. They are telling their story, that look, this is what I am. Now, in terms of storytelling, they are telling it in a very different way. You can go on to about that. But eventually, they are telling that you need to buy this product. So television is showing the product, showing the shop, showing the item that they are selling. So it's kind of they're giving you a feeling before even if you have purchased it. So
well,
this is
how
taking
the business to people's homes.
Yes, to people's home, of course, in their comfort, and in the comfort plus at a time when probably they need this. I mean, recently we did an advertisement for an accountant firm. Now, this accountant firm has a very specific, very exclusive service. They are not just accountant firm. They help those people who are bankrupt or who has been investigated by HMRC or tax people. So this accountant firm specialized on that. So in their advertisement, the accountant firm did not expect a lot of calls. Of course, they know that not a lot of people are affected by this. So they said that if we got plus 10 customers a whole year, that would be fine. I mean, after 3 months, I called them, and he said, believe me, we actually received 3 calls, and those 3 are genuine, needy people, and we are fine with them. And I have a feeling that we will get another 3 or 6 calls sooner, you know, because it's only in the early stage of advertisement. So that is I mean, I always check with customers in terms of how they're getting
what's working, what's not.
What working, what not. So that's quite interesting. I mean, in a sense, as you can see, you see, people have need, okay, and that need is not spoken. Okay, I need something, but I don't tell it somebody. I know that I need something. And then we see it on television that somebody is providing that service. Eventually, I mean, naturally, we'll be interested. Let's ring them. Let's find out what they do, and then that's how we link together. I mean, now, I mean, you see all the items that we're buying. I mean, in one way or another, they're coming in front of us, either through billboard or radio, advertisement or television advertisement or Facebook or social media. They are coming to us and telling us, look, this is a new item. Do you want to try?
Okay, now that's excellent information. Thank you very much. Okay, for a business who is considering to start TV advertisement, what would be the starting point?
I think that before I answer this question, there is a structural issue for Bangladeshi community, if I say, or Asian community in England. I mean, in Bangladesh, for example, I mean, mainly the advertisement that we see in television, they are a product that can be used by the whole nation. Okay, so in Bangladesh, 18 core people, and here in England, we have probably maximum 500,000 Bangladeshi community members, and then among them probably about 200,000 and 300,000 television viewers who make those decisions. So structural problem, I mean that we have got two types of business. One business which serve everybody, whole United Kingdom, Bangladeshi community or any community. For example, Prestige or Simple and Smart or GMG Cargo or any other service that is or a travel agency. They provide services to everybody. Whereas some local shop, a superstore, they only serve the local community. So there is a big difference. So
massive difference.
So if I start from a local shop point of view in terms of a big business in Bradford, for example, or big business in Northampton, why and how they would start their advertisement. First of all, they need to, I mean, every business has to understand that whether they want to be the leader of that business in that area. And if really they want to establish themselves as the leader of that product or that service in that area, they must come forward in a way to establish the notion that they are the best. Yeah. And therefore, television advertisement is a way they can promote their business. So even the local people would see it, and then immediately they would think, oh, that's our company or our shop on television, and we must visit it. And they will feel proud about it. Immediately, as soon as the television, an advertisement on a television for a certain shop, immediately that status quo goes up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, there is a cost involvement, of course, is the making cost plus the cost of broadcasting it on television. They have to choose the right channel. In terms of their area. I mean, there are few channels, of course, in Bangladeshi community, and they have to understand the local community and the local community, which television, which this community is watching, which community is being served by that television in terms of news, in terms of any other program, in terms of the community's ethnicity and the interest, And then they have to make the decision, of course. It is their decision. Secondly, in terms of making the advertisement, what I always say to businesses that, look, your business is probably £500,000, £1 million worth of business. Now, you are putting the whole £1 million worth of business into 30 seconds. Okay?
That's right, yeah.
And not only that, this 30 seconds, you are putting it on television 6 times a day.
Okay, I'm just going to stop you there.
Okay.
Sorry, we're just going to go into a break.
Okay.
And viewers, please stay tuned. See you after the break. Thank you.